Imagine a subwoofer sitting in the corner of a room. When it plays a bass note, it doesn't just shoot sound straight forward like a flashlight. It pushes and pulls the air around it, creating pressure waves that spread out through the room. Because the sub is in a corner, those waves immediately interact with three boundaries: the floor and two walls. That corner placement can make the bass feel louder because the nearby surfaces reinforce the energy being launched into the room. Now here's the important part. Bass waves are huge. The lower the frequency, the longer the wavelength. A high bass note might have a wave that fits inside the room fairly easily, but a deep sub-bass note can have a wavelength longer than the room itself. For example, as the frequency drops, the distance between one pressure peak and the next gets larger and larger. So instead of thinking of bass as a small ripple, think of it like a slow-moving swell of pressure filling the space. As these waves travel outward from the subwoofer, they hit the walls, ceiling, and floor, then bounce back into the room. The reflected waves meet the original waves coming from the sub. Sometimes they line up. A pressure peak meets another pressure peak, and the bass gets stronger. That creates a peak where certain notes sound boomy or overpowering. Other times, the waves arrive out of sync, a pressure peak meets a pressure dip, and they partially cancel each other out. That creates a null where the bass can almost disappear at that spot. This is why bass can sound completely different depending on where you stand or sit. Move a few feet, and you may go from a huge bass peak to a deep null. The room itself is shaping the sound almost like an invisible filter. The key idea is simple. Bass is not evenly distributed in a room. It propagates, reflects, interferes, and creates a pattern of peaks and nulls that depends on the frequency, the room dimensions, the subwoofer position, and the listener position.